I realized we played last night, but in the NBA, you have back-to-back games. I thought that we didn't start out like we should have, but that being said, I thought we did regroup and started to play like we're capable of playing. The big thing for us, obviously, is that in order to win a game like we were in tonight, you have to have defensive stops, and we didn't make any stops. I think they scored on their last 7 possessions, and in our case, we're playing uphill and we're playing from behind. We finally get the game tied, but we don't come up with any stops down the stretch. So to me, that was the difference in the game. Not so much the offensive rebounds, because we wrote numbers on the board tonight, and we said that got to take the 18 offensive rebounds and make them 10, and we did that. And the turnovers, same thing, that we had to get it into the 10 to 14 range, and we did that, and only gave up 13 points. So those things were good, but somewhere along the line, you just got to dig in, and you got to come up with stops that put you in a position where you can win a game like that. It's another home loss, and we have to be much, much better at home than we are. We got to be much better at home. And anytime you lose a home game, somewhere along the way, you got to try to win a road game to compensate for that. And that's just that put a lot of pressure on you. It really does. I like the fact that we battled and we got back in it and got the game tied, but we got to find a way to finish it.
Alvin, in pregame, you talked to us about, again, the offensive rebounds and the turnovers. And in the first minute of the game, you gave up 2 of each. How do you get your team to start the game the way that they're supposed to?
Well, that's why I took an early timeout again, because I just have to, you got to reiterate, what we just talked about, in the locker room of starting the game. We don't have to make great plays. We have to make good, solid plays. And, we have to be more aware. We have to value the ball more. We really do. We have to value the ball more in a situation where, we're getting shots at the basket, We didn't start the game that way.
Alvin, you guys, this is a team that came in shorthanded. I know everybody in the league shorthanded right now, it seems like, but you guys have been on this run of teams that have really been super depleted. I just wonder, as much as you like some of the areas of improvement you're seeing, are you a little worried about what happens if and when you start to get teams at full strength again?
Well, to be honest with you, we almost seem to play better if they have everybody, from the standpoint of being locked in and understanding, those situations. But it doesn't matter, you're going to have teams, we play games, obviously where we've had depleted personnel. Every team has really kind of gone through it when you look at the NBA. That should be a non-factor, in my opinion. I think you got to be locked in, and you got to be ready to play, and you got to be ready to do whatever is necessary to win games. You got to follow game plans. But as I said, if you want to win basketball games, you can't have your opponent score on the last 7 possessions. It doesn't work out.
Coach, I walked in. I don't know if you addressed this question, but Kevin Huerter, you talked about him before the game. 25 points, 11 rebounds, 11 points in the fourth quarter. You just talk about his game.
Well, it's like I said. You guys said if Trey's not playing, who's the guys that you got to be aware of? I said Cam Reddish, and I said Huerter, and he, I thought, was the difference in the game. I really did. I thought he, down the stretch, and especially in the fourth quarter, I don't know how many, I think he had 11 or 14 points in the fourth quarter. But he's the guy that really hurt us. He, came up with shot after shot after shot, got to his spot and shot it, and we just couldn't seem to have him in any kind of under control defensively.
Hey, Coach, you talked about how, you got to protect the home court, and you guys have had trouble here. Over your coaching career, have you had that issue before, and why was it happening then, and how did you sort of get out of it?
I don't know if it's happened at this magnitude. Maybe it have. I don't know. But I just think, there's no reason why we shouldn't win at home. I think the fans has been great. I really do. I think the fans have done a great job of being behind us, trying to lift us up. So that's not it. We're playing at home in an environment that we're comfortable with. That's not it. So I'm not real sure why we can't seem to close out games or win close games and things like that. We have to definitely find an answer to that, and it got to be yesterday, really.
And then also one more on how much are you sort of missing Rashawn and what he brings to you guys right now?
Well, it's like I said. I think everybody is missing somebody. They're missing a guy that scored 56 2 nights ago, and so those are the kind of things you can't worry about. We'd love to have Rich here. Obviously, he's not going to be here, so that gives other guys opportunities to step up. And it's like their situation. I doubt if Hertha would have gotten as many shots or Cam Reddish would have gotten as many shots if Trey was here tonight. So you have to take those opportunities, and you have to be able to take advantage of those opportunities individually and for your team, I think.
Alvin, we've seen Fox kind of take it up a notch. Yeah, I think he had 12 in the last 4.5 minutes tonight, coming off a similar performance recently. What are you seeing from him in terms of just that closing ability you guys saw so much of last year?
I think that he's playing at the level that he left off with at the end of last year. He's doing everything that we asked him to do, and I think at the end, he was the guy that was guarding Hertha and did a great job on him until it ended up being in a switch situation, which we tried to avoid, but we couldn't quite avoid it. We would have liked to have had him on him or Davion. I think he made a really difficult shot with Davion, and I think if you go back and look at that play closely at the end of the game, the one that he made on Davion, I think you look at the number of steps he took. I think, but that being said, guys, that's not one call is not the reason that you ever lose a basketball game. We have to do a much better job of being able to keep guys in front of us. We got to do a much better job of coming up with big plays and big stops at the end of close games, and that's why you lose. One call, two call, three call is not the difference. Okay. All right, guys. Oh, go ahead.
Hello, Coach. Hope you're doing well. Coach, in those two games against the Lakers and tonight, what did you see energy-wise about your players?
I'm sorry, say that again. Oh, like I said, I thought last night we played with a lot of energy. We had a guy that's, probably going to go down as the second best player in the history of this league, if not the first. So I thought we did a good job. He ended up making the plays that won the game, but the energy was there and everything. I didn't think tonight that we started with the energy that we needed, but we found a way to drum up enough energy that I thought we started playing and doing the things that was necessary to put us in a position to win the game. The one thing we had to do is that we had to come up with stops at the end, and we didn't do that.